What's up guys, this is Saman from Aesthetic Progression, and in this video I'm going to talk about the problem that once we have already faced and we will face again and again in the future. That is being stuck on a plateau. We all have been in a place where we either add weight to the bar or try to increase reps, and we are successful in doing that for a couple of weeks or even months, and there comes a point where we are no longer able to do that, and that point is known as being stuck in a plateau. Again, I have to admit I have been in the plateau for a long time, so I keep on increasing the weight or the reps or whatever it is I'm trying to do, and I get stuck. I just can't increase the weight or repetitions up. So what do you do in that kind of situations? Do you just try increasing the weight until you succeed? Do you eat more? What do you guys do? And here are a couple of my tips that helped me burst through plateaus in the past. So I'm talking about two different scenarios over here. One scenario is going to be if you are working out at home with the limited equipment, and then the second scenario I'm going to talk about is going to be working out in a commercialized gym where you have a lot of machines and equipment. So without wasting time, case one, if we are stuck at home gym with limited amount of equipment. Now usually when it comes to home gym, 90% of the people will have squat rack or some form of bench where you can do bench press and stuff with maybe a leg extension and preacher curl pad. That's the basic requirements for any home gym, and I believe if you have a home gym you'll have at least those kind of stuff as well if you are into lifting weights. Now if you are working at a home, you won't have unlimited options of using machines. I have a pretty decent home gym, but still I don't have everything that I would have if I was working out at the gym. So let's talk about, so if you are stuck on a plateau on a home gym type scenario, what are your options? Before I talk a little bit more about that, let's talk about rep ranges. Okay, so if you are training 1 to 6 reps, you are mainly focusing on strength and a little bit on hypertrophy. If you are training from 8 to 12 repetitions, you are training maximally on hypertrophy, and any more than 12 reps, you are doing some hypertrophy but a lot of cardiovascular endurance and muscular endurance. So why I am telling you this? There is a reason behind it, okay? And it's pretty simple. When I was saying 1 to 6, remember I said strength and a little bit of hypertrophy, and when I was saying 8 to 12, I was saying a little bit of strength but lots of hypertrophy, and that comes in handy when you are stuck. A lot of people, if you are into this bodybuilding type workout, you guys follow this 8 to 12 repetition kind of thing because that's what is for hypertrophy. But moving to a different rep zone, okay, moving to either 1 to 6 or maybe moving to 15 and beyond, hits the muscle fibers more specifically, okay, and more differently. I should say not more specifically, but more differently than you had experienced before. 1 to 6 reps mainly focus on your strength, targeting your fast twitch muscle fibers, which are predominantly present in the body. Okay. Also, when you are hitting these rep ranges, especially when you come to 1 to maybe 3 reps, you are focusing on your neuromuscular. You are focusing on your central nervous system. That is, you are making your body more efficient on recruiting muscle fibers. You're trying to generate force. So that's so when you kind of target that, your body becomes more efficient on these recruiting motor units. So when you are good at that rep ranges and you go back to your hypertrophy rep range, your body will be more efficient. And with body being more efficient in recruiting fibers means that you'll be able to do more reps or increase more weight than you had on your previous record. Now let's go on the second factor, okay, when you are going 15, 20. Now, I'm not talking about 12 to 13, I'm talking about 20, 25 reps actually. And the reason why we do that is this is much more improving your cardiovascular endurance. And when you are in that rep range, typically you are recommended taking short breaks, because that's the whole point of increasing your cardiovascular endurance. So when you do that, you have ability to recover faster from your workouts, okay? So your muscle recover faster between sets. Previously, when you work out, when you are taking a minute rest and doing 8 to 12 repetitions, your body can only recover from the damage from the previous set so much. But this damage percentage increases when you incorporate the endurance style workout. So when you do that, your body gets recover faster. When you recover faster, that means you'll be able to lift more weights with that same recovered muscle. So that is one more technique in increasing or breaking through the plateau. Another thing again is changing the rest periods, as I mentioned before, but you can do that. You can change the rest periods in any rep ranges, and you can do that. When you do that, your body is more efficient, and when you change your rest period back again to whatever it was before. So for example, I might be confusing you guys. So for example, if I am taking a minute rest every set, okay, and then I started taking 45 seconds rest, then obviously it's going to be more taxing to my body. I might not even be able to do what I used to do before, but then a week or so later I'll be able to do whatever I was doing before, and I will be able to recover faster. And now after that, after training for a couple of weeks like that, if I go back to previous 1 minute rest period, my body will be recovered much more faster and efficiently, and I will be able to burst out my plateau. The third technique you can use is time under tension. Okay, now that is another time under tension and the range of motion. That's kind of like two factors you have to consider as well. So time under tension is how long does the bar takes to go throughout the full range of motion, and it can be counted with one repetition as well as with multiple repetitions and in the entire set. So if you are into a certain tempo, so if you are into like 1 minute concentric, 2 minute eccentric, I'm sorry, I'm showing this wrong. 1 minute, 1 second concentric and 3 second eccentric. Then if you change that, tempo a little bit, if you do 4 seconds negative, it kind of like is much more demanding on your body. Even with the same weight, you can carry on with the same weight and then go back to the previous tempo. I can guarantee you that you'll be breaking the previous records. And again, range of motion. Okay, now you can train in different ranges of motion, and if you want to increase weight, and this is specifically true when you are trying to get stronger, it's very crucial for you to develop this. Again, going back to the previous what I said, develop your central nervous system. You have to have a feel of how that particular heavy weight feels. So that's why people do a specific, partial deadlift partial squat and bench press. That's why the board presses and partial squats, these are invented, because it kind of like gives you an idea, your brain an idea, your body an idea of how the weight actually feels like. And when you are actually stronger in some ranges of motion than the other. So when you're capitalizing it, you are moving the weight, you're training your brain to recruit the motor fibers again, the motor units again, and making it more efficiently, which helps you again to break your plateau. Now, all these things are considered with the home gym, has to be now transferred in our second case, and it's going to be on the gym where you have multiple machines. You have a variety of dumbbells, you have free weights, you have different kinds of free weights, different kind of bars, you have cables, and again machines. You have different kind of machines, right? You have hammer strength press machine, you have a regular isometric machine, and you have a machine right now that acts as a dumbbells and stuff like that. So in that scenario, it's very easy, because I say that because just because you are stuck in one machine doesn't mean you'll be stuck on other. For example, I used to do like 240 pounds when it comes to machine bench press, flat machine press, and at the gym. And then I was transferred to hammer. I was kind of like stuck on that. I was doing dumbbells for a long time. I was stuck on that as well, and I wanted to change up. So I did the machine. I got stuck in the machine, and then I went on hammer. Improve a little bit of machine. I changed hammer to hammer bench press. My hammer bench press then improved, okay, and got stuck after a couple of weeks. And then after that, I went back to dumbbells, doing dumbbells again, and the dumbbells kind of increased. So you are increasing a different aspects of the muscle, different aspect of the strength curve. So that kind of helps to bridge through your plateaus as well. Plus, again, as I mentioned on the strength curve, your dumbbells have a different strength curve than your barbells, and it has a different strength curve than machines, and then it has a different strength curves on the cable. So when you are hitting on those kind of strength curves, you will help your body to be better on these areas and not just target. It gives you more refreshment, it gives you more variety, and gives you more fun. And when you circle around that, chances are you will have already been broken with your previous record. Now, I'm not saying that if, say, for example, if I was benching, say, 100-pound dumbbells, okay, if I've stuck at 5 repetitions, I'm not saying after a month or two when you come back to that, you'll be benching 120. No, you will be maybe benching even 90 pounds because your body is not used to it. But the thing is, after 2 weeks, you'll be able to break through that plateau. If you don't trust me, give it a try. Go off from that workout or exercise that you are used to, and then just jump around and try improving in different sections of the same exercise, and you will see you will be able to increase the weight or burst to your plateau. That's one technique that you can use. Now, I'm not saying that it always happens, but give different techniques a try. Use tempos, use different machine, change it up, mix it up. You don't have to follow the different routine every time, So give it a try and give a different techniques a try and see how that works for you. Hopefully this tip helps, and if it did, again, make sure you like the video and comment the video if you have any questions. Subscribe, that always helps me, knowing that what I'm doing for the community is being helpful. Until then, guys, see you next time. Bye-bye.